Hi, this is Rob Sparks of NSF's NOIRLab, and I'd like to welcome you to this special edition of Live from NOIRLab for the American Astronomical Society meeting. Today we're going to have a special guest, Guillermo Damke from AURA, also the University of La Serena in Chile, a joint appointment, who is going to be talking about the La Serena School for Data Science, Applied Tools for Data-Driven Science, a wonderful opportunity for people to go to learn about new tools for data-driven science. You can unmute yourself, Guillermo. Hello, how you doing? You're muted. Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Is my volume? What's wrong with my what's wrong with my audio here? My audio? Can you hear me, Guillermo? Mila, can you?
Yes, hi.
Okay, super. There we go. There we go. Okay, welcome. So just
Thank you. Thank you. Uh,
so
yes, I think, no, I think it's my, okay. Now I'm good to go.
okay, so just an audio glitch there, huh? Okay, super. Well, I just gave you an introduction, so you may share your screen and begin your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So, one minute, one moment. So I
Also,
go
I'll say that
full
for those who are
screen.
watching, if you want to put your comments and questions in the chat, I will be able to relay them to Guillermo. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the chat.
Okay, can you see my screen?
I see your screen, yes.
Okay, so first of all, welcome everyone. I'm Guillermo Damke, I'm an astronomer, and I will be introducing you to the La Serena School for Data Science, um, which is an AURA initiative with several other institutions in Chile, and currently is based within the CSDC in the NOIRLab. So the school, this is the outline of my presentation. So I'm going to just introduce the school, present what's our regular on-site program. Then I will introduce the 2021 school, which will be a special edition of this school due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And finally, we will have some, we can answer questions if you have some questions. So the school itself starts um, motivated by basically how the field in astronomy is evolving. Basically, we know that the data, the volume and complexity of data continues to grow uh, quite rapidly. And the current generation of astronomical wide area surveys and the next generation of time domain surveys will result in petascale data sets. So basically, we are facing in astronomy, we are producing uh, huge data sets that basically will require a new approach to be able to work with the data to that also work that will result in new discoveries. So basically, these astronomical data sets offer new opportunities for interdisciplinary research in applied mathematics, statistics, machine learning, and many other related topics. So basically, I think the important concept here is that astronomy provides a sandbox where scientists can come together from diverse fields and address common challenges with the big data paradigm. So that's the basically that make the motivation of why we started this school at the observatory. So then in 2013, we have the first realization of the school together with other Chilean organizations, and we'll describe uh, soon what the program is. But basically, this school happens once a year in the Aura Observatory in Chile campus. Um, so since 2013, as I said, the school has been taking place. It also had other realizations in 2014 and 15. Then there was a 1 year without the school, but since 2017, we had been working under an NSF grant for a 5 years period, which was extended to 2022 due to the COVID-19. So this grant offers the opportunity to students in U.S. institutions to participate of the school, to travel to Chile and participate in this initiative. And also we have diverse sources of funding for students in Chilean and other Latin American institutions. Um, some important aspects of this school is basically that uh, we try very hard to promote diversity in many aspects of the school. For example, we try to have diversity in gender, different backgrounds, disciplines. The students have different disciplines. I will show further. And also from institutions, we want representation basically uh, in the group of students. So how can we do that? It basically we have a great scientific organization committee, the SOC of the school, that evaluates the applications received, and in the process, after the very careful considerations of all applications that we receive, they address how to have a very diverse cohort of students. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Okay, something happened with the picture was there, but no problem. So the regular program that we have is a school for 9 days, including weekends, which is roughly one third of the time of the first days of the school will be on lessons, on basically at regular teaching sessions from experts in different disciplines. And then I'm having the same problem, sorry. And then the usual topics that we cover in the school program are statistical tools applied to large data sets. We have machine learning. We have classes in lessons in image analysis, databases, high performance computing, and deep learning, to name just a few of the topics. I'm having this problem, I'm sorry. The regular program of the school then will transition to group projects where we have interdisciplinary, international, diverse groups of 4 students and one professor that will be working on applying data science and big data tools that were learned on the first part of the school to a specific scientific problem. Um, so in these groups, basically, it's quite interesting how we have basically we try to have diversity in gender. So usually we will have 2 female and 2 male students. We also have non-binary students. We also have diversity from institutions. Basically, each students come from a different institution, have a different career, basically a different discipline. For example, we might have a student in computer science, one in astronomy, one in biology, probably one in statistics. And that will be a group for the school. And we try that they also come 2 students usually from the US and 2 from Chilean institutions. Of course, they can be from any nationality as far as they are enrolled in American or Chilean institutions. We also have, as I said earlier, we also have students in some other Latin American countries. Oh, I am onto my disk. I don't have all the pictures. I'm sorry for that. So the regular program will have a full tour to the Aura telescopes in Chile, which includes the Cerro Tololo, Gemini, and SOAR observatories in Cerro Pachón, and now the Vera Rubin Observatory. And that also includes dinner and stargazing at Cerro Tololo. So basically, usually on the weekend, we have this day-long tour to our observatories in Chile. And all costs, including the flight tickets from the United States to La Serena, the round trip, the cost of the school, the room and board, basically including the stay in cabins, food, the coffee breaks, all the school material, except for dinners, is all covered under this NSF grant. Then, then the part of the tour, you see here, for example, at visiting Gemini Observatory, and then, for example, at Cerro Tololo, part of the night tour that we have at the observatories. So the school in numbers, what we have is these are the statistics for the applications from 2017 to 2020. Most of the students have come from a background either in astronomy or astrophysics and computer science. On top of that, we have also a lot of interest from bioinformatics. We have professors specifically from that discipline working on bioinformatics. We also have many students from physics and statistics. Some others also come from biology and engineering. As you can see, the school has been growing in popularity in the last years up to 2017. You can see a steady increase in the number of applications that we have been receiving. In 2019, we reached basically 2,050 applications. 2020 is a special case because we had to close the application process due to the pandemics, but the numbers were showing that we would have go for a similar number of applicants. We also have received usually more or less balanced number of applications from Chile and the United States, and slightly a lower number, not slightly, but a lower number of applications from other countries. In this case, I should say that this lower number makes or is expected because we have also limited funding for students in other countries. We usually have worked with some networks in Latin America, network of students that interconnect the student networks in Latin America. So in this case, the Red Clara, which is an equivalent of the Internet 2 in the United States, but for South America. And they have provided funding, in this case, for these other Latin American students. Another thing that we try to do is, of course, have a balanced gender representation. We try to work on that. At least for the school, we try to promote, of course, participation of women in astronomy and non-binary people. You can see the number of male and is usually larger number of females and non-binary students, but after the selection process, actually, we find very, very talented applicants, and you can see that the participants of the school, we have a larger number of female participants compared to male participants, and we also have participations of non-binary students. The majors that we have for the participants, you can see it's usually dominated by astronomy and astrophysics. That's because I'd be expected, as we are an astronomical observatory, our networks and people who follow us in different networks are related to astronomy and astrophysics. but we also have good networks that where we reach astronomy students in computer science, physics, biology, bioinformatics and medicine, engineering, or math and statistics. And the school is mostly directed towards students in the first, I should say, is directed to students in the last years of undergraduate studies and the first years of graduate school. The idea that we have is that students that are learning these techniques for working with data and basically they will basically gain these tools and will be able to lead research and do a state of the art they will apply the state of the art tools to to lead discovery in these large data sets. Basically, these are tools that likely their advisors wouldn't know. So the idea is that they can bring these new tools to their groups and will be able to work on their thesis work with what they learn in the La Serena school. So that's why we usually don't accept students further than the second year of graduate school, or because by that point, we know that the thesis work is usually underway and there is a defined topic. And for the 2021, the registration is now open. We have implemented some changes compared to our previous years. So basically, this school will be fully online for the very first time we are going to do that. Of course, that's a response to the COVID-19 pandemics. We cannot host a school even if we like it a lot. We cannot do that at the observatory. We don't know if we think, of course, that after a careful evaluation of the situation, we think it will not be possible to have this school in August in its regular format. So we are going fully online. The program, the changes that we are implementing will have synchronous and asynchronous sessions. That means that we expect preliminarily that the synchronous sessions that will be usually the teaching part from the professors or probably answering questions from the students after providing the material, the class material, should be around 3 hours a day. Of course, we recognize that working in an online fashion is a lot of effort for everyone. So we are trying to find a way, that we can have the school, but also it's not an extreme load for everyone. So after that synchronous work, we expect a lot of asynchronous work during the length of the school, that in this case will be from August 2nd to the 13th. That's from a Monday to the Friday on next week. But we expect it to be actually a 10 days program, having the weekend off. If you have if you want to apply to the school, all the information is on this website that you can see here, down here. So please go and visit our website. Our contact information is there if you have any questions about the application process. We love to answer your questions, of course. And if you have any questions about the school, please feel free to ask them to me here.
Okay, thank you very much, Guillermo. We do have a couple of questions that I've gotten from the chat. Well, we can put more in there as well. I do see someone said it's a wise decision to go on. Was a wise decision to go online, so that's great. But we have from Orlando earlier. He asked about the availability of your slides. Now, this entire presentation will be on the NOIRLab Astro YouTube channel after we cut off those first few minutes of the countdown timer. We'll upload it there. But can you make the slides available?
Yes, I can make them. Probably I can. I don't know what would be an appropriate channel. Probably even on the same website of the school it could be,
That
or
would
I
be
don't
one.
know if. Or go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we will put a link. We will put in our when we upload the video. We will put in our show notes there. There's always a little show description in YouTube videos. We'll put a link to where the notes are, where your slides are available in that little description. So there'll be a link that'll point you to the slides. That way, whether you put them on Google Drive or on the website, you can find them easily either place. The link will be with the video. And the other question I have was from Alice. She asked, "Can the La Serena School for Data Science can it count as a course credit somehow, like instead of taking Comp Science 101 or something like that? Do you have any arrangements with universities for course credit?"
No, actually, we haven't done that. It is a good idea, but that uh, we haven't done it. So we should see if it's possible to do that type of agreements. But so far, we haven't.
Okay. And I see another question just came in. I'm not quite sure what it's asking, but I'll put to you. It says there's a discount for Aura employees. I'm not sure what they're referring to there.
Okay, so actually, the school has a cost of around $1,500 per student, and this usually covered by the same grants that we have. In the case of our employees, uh, we should need to evaluate, of course, if they can participate. Usually, it is hard because the requirements usually go to the points of being enrolled in universities, following a program. But the scientific committee still will consider and evaluate the application. So you are free to send an application. And in case of the cost, probably that might need to be discussed, with the respective directors within the observatory.
Okay, thank you. Please put any further questions or comments you have in the chat, and I will relay them. I just want to say that uh, you didn't talk a lot about La Serena, but I will say it is a lovely place to visit. So I definitely would encourage you, if you have any desire to go to Chile and visit La Serena, it is an absolutely fantastic place to go and visit. So I'm sure that I've never been there in August. I've been there in July. I've been there in July, so I guess that's fairly close. So even in
Yeah,
July, the heart of Chilean winter, it's still absolutely lovely. It's not too cold at night. It's nice during the day, and just absolutely beautiful. So I've been there in July, but not quite August. But I bet it seems a little nicer in August as it starts warming up again after this, as you start getting closer to spring.
right. We expect the 2022 school to be, hopefully, we don't know what happens with COVID-19, but it should be on site.
Mm.
So let's hope for that. Additionally, I want to say that we usually submit this information, the school flyer. We distribute that on different channels, usually to a large list of astronomy departments in the United States and in Chile. So if it's quite likely that if you have seen before this flyer in your institution, that you might see it again, because we are going to start to distribute this flyer usually to the department heads in the US.
Okay, super. So they can look on the lookout for that at your institutions as time goes on. Okay, I don't see any other comments or questions in the chat right now. Do you have any last words you'd like to say before we get ready to sign off? Any last things to wrap up?
No, basically all the information is online. So even the deadline for the applications. So please go and visit the website And I encourage you, if you have any question, just to submit that. My contact information is on the school website.
Okay, and
Um,
I just put the link to the web page in the chat of the YouTube chat one more time for anyone who wants to click on it, so they can go there and bookmark it and visit that site and see about all the application information.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Guillermo.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a productive rest of your American Astronomical AAS meeting. And I'll be around the meeting, and come to the NOIRLab booth and visit us there, and we can also give you more information there about that at the Los Angeles School for Data Science there, I'm sure. So thank you very much, Guillermo.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye, everyone.